Hey guys, now you'll probably not get to see this video because according to 89-year-old Harold Camping, the world's going to end tomorrow. Yay! That's right, ladies and gents, Leeway Previs is telling you straight out. According to Harold Camping, an 89-year-old retired civil engineer from Oakland, California, Jesus is going to come down from the sky and take all his faithful with him and leave the rest to rot, sparking the apocalypse and the end of the world. Yeah. As you can probably guess, everyone's thinking, and yeah, no one's believing him at all. Alright, and I don't blame them. Alright, if the world did come to an end, alright, yes, most of us will probably stay down here and loot the guys that disappear. But I think, but the real Christians are actually saying, no, not all the signs have indicated that he's coming. So, yeah, it's basically being scoffed at. Which is a good thing too, because I don't believe him either. Mind you, on the same account, the US government has provided tips just in case a zombie apocalypse comes about. Because we all know it's coming fairly soon. Now, this comes off the back of an article that came out last week indicating a zombie-proof house, which really is not zombie, well, it is zombie-proof, but it doesn't fold in on itself like the article says. It just closes up. That's basically all I can say. Not that I actually have to worry about the zombie apocalypse. I mean, I'm fairly well armed. I'm actually going to show you what I mean. Alright, come with me. Alright. As you can see there, that says ninja sword, and yes, that is a genuine ninja sword in there. I mean, if I take the little, you can actually kind of see it. See that nice shiny thing there? Oops, hang on. How do I get the shiny thing first? Alright, that is a genuine sword. And it's sharp too. Okay, now I've shown you my weapon, which I technically shouldn't have. Yeah, just the same. It's decorative mostly, but it has a blade on it, so. But even if that happens, every zombie can be killed just by lightly seasoning it. And if you don't know what I mean, look at the actual, the original voodoo beliefs about zombies and all that type of stuff. Moving right along, and apparently scientists have discovered that some planets do not have suns. Instead, they just float around, which means that there's every possibility that we could have our very own Mogo or Ego, the living planet. Now on to something a little bit more serious. Alright? Woolworths here in Australia is actually cracking down on employees who undertake the activity of planking in their stores. Now, if you don't know what planking is, it's basically where you lie down on something, anything, in some weird way, and get someone else photographing you. That's planking. Alright? You basically sit at the plank and yeah, someone photographs you. Now, apparently they've cracking down on people who do this because they're actually violating health and safety regulations. Which is fair enough. I mean, if you take this guy for example, he's actually, well, you can see where he is. He's on top of a mobile phone rack. Actually, no, that's not a mobile phone rack. That's actually a remote control rack. I apologise, but he's basically on top of a hanging rack, which, if he falls off, highly unlikely given his length, but still fairly dangerous at the same thing. If he falls off, then yeah, he hasn't got much of a, excuse the pun, leg to stand on. Alright, which is fair enough. Alright? Planking, okay, but if it puts your life at risk, not so much. It's basically a case of use your brain. Alright? Now, last thing, time for news from my phone. And I've got to love this one. Today's news from my phone actually comes from the US state of Michigan, where a mother is actually being arrested for basically putting her toddler on eBay. Now, she contends that it was a joke, but not everyone's laughing, unfortunately. Now, the highest bid actually came at $1,000, and she was going to pull it off before being ended, by the sounds of it. But yeah, it's been deemed irresponsible parenting, and sadly, in this case, I've actually kind of got to agree with those who are complaining. I mean, yeah, it's okay and funny for a while, but at some point you've got to ask yourself, okay, where's the line? So, yeah, I'd have to say in this case the line got drawn pretty much as soon as she started doing it. But hey, my opinion. Okay, time for the question of the week, and my question is, what would you do if the zombie apocalypse happened? Alright, leave your responses in the comment section below, and I'd really love to know what you guys would do. Alright, I've got a sword and a salt shaker. I'm pretty much sorted, and I'll probably buy a wooden broomstick as well, just to knock some heads together. And probably a bow and arrow, or bow and quiver of arrows. Maybe a gun. Although when the zombie apocalypse comes around, if there's that many gun shops here, I could probably just loot one. Alright, but what would you do if the zombie apocalypse came around? What weapons would you use? Alright, as I said, leave your comments below. If you want to contribute to the show, just click here, and it'll take you to the YouTube message system. If you want to subscribe, button's up the top there. Alright, so until next week, I'm Leeway Prevost, and I'll see you all on Monday for Must Do This Week. Bye. Oh yes, and while I think of it, I've currently got a third Vent Open Forum going. If you don't know what's happening, go back and watch this week's Madness Ride, which is where the forum is. Alright, make sure you comment on that if you can, because it's a very important subject, and I'd like to hear everyone's comments. Alright, see you next week.